of young age, so parents, be assured that I will refrain from using any cussing or crude language on this channel. So the first thing you do, kids, is you pick up your Master Sword. It'll be very decayed, but we will fix that later on in the game. And next you will use this sword to cut the vines. And you press Y to attack. Then you see this hand thing. Put your cool new arm up to it. And that symbol will be very important later on in the game. Also, kids, I don't only do Zelda. I will do any game that you want. Just leave a comment and I will try to make each and every one of you happy. Your feedback is important. Jump off of that with A. If you ever want to give out a rapid burst of energy, always press X. Except for when you're running. It won't work when you're running. Jumping off of high platforms is one of my favorite things to do in this game. And you open this chest next. Put it on. And jumping off of high platforms is my favorite thing to do because you can glide a lot and just, it's really nice. And there's a piece of armor that makes you really mobile. In this position, you can like glide around really fast. And also, when you touch the ground, you don't need to paraglide, you can just hit the ground. It completely negates all fall damage. It's pretty cool. And be sure to snap a pic of this moment because it's like the beginning cutscene, like almost the beginning cutscene in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Hold R to accelerate, and when you hit the water at any height, wearing that special armor that we'll get to later, or not, water will completely stop all fall damage. And see these tree branches? In this stage, they are okay weapons. There's one that you get at this temple later, but right now you don't have that many good weapons. And always pick up any piece of food that you can find, because you can both eat them and fuse them. Fusion is a really important thing in this game. Going to do a flurry rush. It's basically a flurry rush is a powerful move where you can like hold ZL and then when that guy swings at you, you go back and press X, and then you repeatedly tap Y to do a flurry rush. And I use that on a lot of enemies. It's like the best thing in the game because it like slows down time almost, and you can get a lot of good hits in it. That is a better weapon. Still not a good weapon, but a better weapon. It has more durability than the tree branches. And talk to this guy who looks like a really cool hat, and he will transform into a friendly Zonai. If you have any feedback whatsoever on how I can make this video better, your feedback matters. So leave a comment. And he gives us the Puripad. It will contain the maps. Kinda looks like a good version of the Nintendo Switch. And then press minus to open it. And that is where we need to go next. And that's the Temple of Time, but we can't just glide down there because we don't have the glider yet, but we will in time. But right now, in part 1 my series, I will be focusing on getting to the Temple of Time and doing one shrine. Gonna visit this temple, pick up apples, and there's another wooden stick. The lock on is pretty cool. I use it all the time against enemies. When you jump off of that platform, gamers, you don't want to land on land, because with only 3 hearts, it will kill you. Alright, now, if you ever have a weapon flashing like this, and you have a weak person, hold R, aim at his eye, because that is the weak spot, and throw it at him. And right now I'm going to use this Master Sword, or in this case Master Dagger, because it's so decayed. And there, stole his one stick. Don't get so mad there, little guy. You'll get it next time. He won't get it next time, but don't tell him that. So just gonna follow my mini map in the top, in the bottom right corner, to the Temple of Time. Now, whenever you have an unaware enemy and a boulder, here's what you do. You line up, then push the boulder down, and it'll roll over him. And since he still doesn't know where we are, let's throw this tree branch at him. It didn't hit. Alright, so now I'm going to go down and start beating him up. Always pick up the Zonai charges, because later in the game we'll get to Zonai devices. And Zonai devices are really cool. You can make like cars and planes out of them. And really cool devices. Doing a flurry rush on this guy. Pulling out another tree branch. Healing up. Now kids, I'm not that good of a gamer, but I will try to get better for you guys. Every monster has a weak spot. So, in this case, in the robots, it's the eyes. And you get a long stick. So always, whenever you shoot an arrow at any of the Zonai constructs, always be sure to aim at the eye, because they will recoil, fall on the ground, and then that gives you a good window to start attacking. Wouldn't it be great if they had an elevator here? Yes, it would. But this is a medieval game, so they won't have an elevator. So you can kind of make your own in this game. Flurry rush them. But we'll get to that later. You make your own elevators with stasis, which is a time stopper. But I will cover that in part 2. And now we will go to this gate. So this is my first YouTube video, and I really need your feedback. So it matters, because I can get better with everything that you have to say. That is Raru. He is the guy with the imaginary hand that fell and let the big bad guy with red hair, his name's Ganon, you let him escape. He tried though. And you see that rock looking thing? Those are called shrines, and when I complete that shrine, that will conclude part 1. And parents, I'm going to assure you again that there will be no cussing or crude language on this channel. I'm just here to teach your kids how to have fun in the virtual world. So you're gonna head down this drop. It won't hurt you. There's a Zonai, and right now you have this 2 durability shield this guy is where you get your first bow. An old wooden bow. So to shoot this bow, you hold that down and then you release. Now, unlike Breath of the Wild, you don't have a big stash of arrows or anything like that. You do have little fruits that you put on the arrows, but we'll get that later on in the game. And you can attach them to your arrows, and then launch the arrow, and it will do a power, like fire fruit, shock fruit, water fruit. It also works for shooting jellies. Also, in this game, you want to try not to deplete your stamina, but sometimes you have to. But if you do, it's like an extra 2 seconds that you add to your lethal time. So just try not to do that. And here we unlock our first shrine. Time to enter. In my channel, I always skip the cutscenes whenever I can, but you feel free to watch them if you're that person. And he will make a glowing orb in our hand that will sink into our hand, giving us what he calls the Ultra Hand. The Ultra Hand, it can put together objects, and then you can make Zonai devices with Ultra Hand. Now, to get here, you need to use Ultra Hand to grab this plate, put it down there, use it as a ramp. And you can also stick things together and rotate them. So hold R, do this horizontal rotation. Taking me a minute to get it. Then stick those two together. And then, see? Rigid. Drop it there. And also, in the future, if you ever want to unstick them, grab it and then use your right joystick to undo it. Now you see that zipline thing? Well, we can't just walk across it because there's an abyss there. So what we will do is we will take this, flatten it, use this and unstick it, flip it so that it's vertical, and at the very corner, and then you're gonna stick it there. Another thing that you can do sometimes is if it's really close, you can grab that and then move across. I'm gonna put that there, a little farther on, a little farther, a little farther, like right there, and then you can jump onto it and use it as a zip line. Then place your cool new hand there. And now you have completed your first shrine. Shrines are really important in this game because you can you can, if you get 4 of them, you can exchange them for your choice of a stamina vessel or a heart container. So it'll give you like a quarter of a round of stamina, or it'll give you another heart. I always choose hearts, but if you want to choose stamina, it's up to you. And parents, this is another thing that I do at the end of the video. I will always say a factoid or a learning thing, math equation thing for your kids to learn. So, kids, to find the area of a trapezoid, the formula is the area equals the height times the top, like the base 1, and then the bottom, which is the base 2. So A equals H times open parentheses B1 plus B2 close parentheses. And that concludes part 1. I am Switchblade. Tell your friends and leave a comment. If you liked it, leave a like on there. And if you didn't, then tell me how I can get better in the comment box.